So, Sharon, could you tell us a bit about yourself and your career in local government?
Yes, Mike. I had a fascinating career in local government, mainly working for Birmingham City Council, the largest local authority in Europe. Started when I was 16 and worked through the ranks, becoming head of service, assistant director, chief officer, and in the last 8 years, strategic director, responsible for all the frontline services that people are very passionate about: the highways, libraries, waste, parks, sports events, around 35 frontline services, 4,000 people, and almost £750 million worth of budget. So a very big job. Wow. When I started with the council, though, I joined UNISON, and I've always seen the relevance of being a member of UNISON. Regardless of the roles that I've held, it's important to me, because I believe in good terms and conditions for staff, and those have been arrived at by collective bargaining, and I believe that people should be represented, and even if they're very senior chief officers, they may need to be represented. I haven't actually used the representation myself, but I believe in it for everybody, and it's a bit like car insurance, you might need it.
But what's the attraction of a trade union for senior officials in local government? Why would they join?
Well, first of all, I think peace of mind. The jobs that chief officers hold are very complex. There's lots of risks in those roles. And knowing that you've got the backing of a trade union like UNISON, I think it gives you peace of mind. Also, I think that in these days, with the downsizing, you're losing a lot of expertise, and the people that are left have an even more challenging role. And that's why being a member of UNISON is important. And then, of course, there's political control. Political organisations change control, and the new politicians may wish to bring in their own team, and that makes chief officers and senior managers more vulnerable.
But a lot of people would say trade unions are for those working people in local government who are low down the pay scales. Isn't there a danger if senior people join that there might be conflicts? Shouldn't we keep them separate in some way?
I definitely don't think we should keep anyone separate in an organisation, because we're all a team, and I think there are real advantages for chief officers in being a member of UNISON, because you get information from the union about what's worrying employees, and if you're going to deliver good public services, you're going to do it as a team. And whilst there can be tensions because you're the employer and you can't always agree with everything, I think you're working to a common aim, which is to deliver quality public services together.
Okay. What advice would you give to someone who's a senior manager or chief officer in local government? They're not sure about joining UNISON, perhaps they've had some local difficulties. What would you say to that person?
Well, I'd say, first of all, do you know that there are already chief officers, chief executives, strategic directors, corporate directors who are members of UNISON? There's 2,500 members who are senior managers. So already they've chosen to be represented by UNISON, and it's very reassuring to do that. So you've got them as you've got the trade union as a backup. There can be tensions, Mike, I think, where chief officers feel, well, do I want to be represented by the person who I negotiate with every day, the local steward? And what I would say there is, you can ask the branch and the region to give you the appropriate representation that you need. So even, for example, if a female chief officer would like to be represented by another woman, that's something the trade union will organise for you. So I don't think you should feel worried about that particular tension.
Okay, thank you very much indeed, Sharon.